Time for this week's Here's How. And this week, here's how to fill that empty hole in your life. You could take up smoking. It gives you something to do with your hands, a way to punctuate your day, helps you get acquainted with strangers, and you can also shave a few years off your life, which means less time searching for something to fill that void. Tell strangers in the street your biggest fears. You'll be shocked at how supportive people can be. You may even find your fears subsiding as strangers support you, leading you to a more fulfilled life. What you need is a hobby, a cheap hobby that costs nothing to take part in, and hobbies are always better with other people. For the hobby I have in mind, all you need is a long coat, and you're going to wear it, your long coat, to the supermarket. Upon entering the supermarket, stare at the security guard as you go through the door. You want solid eye contact with a cunt, then go down the aisles and grab things off the shelf. Back up to the face of the opposing shelves in that aisle and place that item that you grabbed off the shelf back on the shelf behind you, but through the slits in the back of your coat. If you're feeling lonely, you may want to feel like other people are in your life. One way to achieve this is with a little game I call Train Tennis. It's a free-to-play game. While sat on the train, make eye contact with this person facing you, maybe not directly across the way, but further down the carriage, and wait until they stare back at you. That's when the game starts. That's the serve, if you like. The objective of the game is easy, because you've just got to keep catching eye contact with that person until they no longer look at you, or they've stared at you for too long. At that point, you get 15 points. You've got to remember to score them as well, because there's no point playing a game if you can't lose. And it's the same scoring as tennis, so you get 15, 30, 45 match point game. I can't remember. But the things of tennis, again, I'm not really big into sports. Once you finish the match, you move on to the next contender. You can have yourself a whole tournament on your train journey. And each game only really lasts a few minutes, because if you keep making eye contact with a stranger, they're not going to keep looking at you. And if they ask what you're looking at, explain the game to them. Tell them the rules. You could have everyone on the carriage playing it together. Cheeky little advert about halfway through, Did you know that I've got a red bubble and all that, where you can buy yourself little stickers for your laptop or your skateboard or something, or shirts as well. Even if you felt, especially weird, you could get a shower curtain with my face on it about 150 times. Obviously, I know no one wants that, but you got to have something different to offer, haven't you, that other people haven't got. Anyway, let's crack on with the show. Pretend to be a door-to-door salesman. Apparently illegal to be an actual door-to-door salesman without the proper licensing. But it can't be illegal to pretend to be a door-to-door salesman, surely. The beauty of this is that you can sell absolutely anything. Get yourself a few flyers, grab a bag of something cheap, give away pens to the punters, make yourself a lasting impression on these people. Join a club, cult, or a brotherhood. There are many people looking for people just like you. Some refer to themselves as cells. And many people on the internet openly say that they are incels, so why not join them? It could be fun. Cults are known the world over for their sexual activities. Get yourself a pet. They can be expensive, but if you're taking wild animals, you never have to pay to own them, and you don't need to take them to the vets. When they're ill, just chuck them out your house or release them where you found them, maybe even using their worn out bodies to lure something bigger and better for your menagerie. Become an online paedophile hunter. You'll want to get your merch sorted out first, and you'll have to crack a big case, so set your mate up for a laugh. Pretend to be a kid on a dating app and lure your mate Dave into meeting him. Then, you and your other pals jump out on him laughing and chanting, you dirty pedo, you dirty pedo. Broadcast it all live on social media and tell everybody about how you grew up with Dave. Then, give it a couple of weeks, then tell everyone it was a trial run to see if your operations would work in the field. Tell people if you can convince Dave to fuck a child, you reckon you could coerce anyone into it. Take up busking, or sit in town and ask for spare change. Whatever money you make, give away to the other people who are asking for the money, so that they have more money to give to their bosses. Do topiary, or, if you don't know what that is, or if I'm saying it wrong, where you cut up people's bushes. But do it on unsuspecting gardens. Travel out of your area in the night and under the cover of darkness turn a stranger's yew bush into a dolphin. Or a penis. And that's the end of this week's Here's How.